was out there flaking and purple, scared to kick reality.
All I can say is that Ubers in California, like, they just move different. They're more expensive and they take a little bit longer. Your boy Chili hanging out with you. Tuesday 2-piece going down just like norm. Nothing out of the norm over here, but we are running a little bit late. I do got my guys Gridiron and Adam Beetle. They are going to join me. Beetle for his Beetlejuice segment and Gridiron for his Inside the Numbers segment. I guess we're kind of like we got a ton of buys going on for a lot of our big 6A schools. It is what it is, and we just kind of navigate through it. Some big matchups though in that 6A. One on the east side and one really, really on the west side. Liberty Centennial going down, and also Chandler Perry. Super hype for that Chandler Perry game. I'm curious to see how that one pans out. Got the chance to talk to Cale Snyder last week on the Dropping Dime segment with my guy Cam Cox. So make sure you guys tune in on Mondays. I'm not really sure. 12 plus app. Make sure that you guys download that. But those highlights earlier, shout out to my guy BJ Media taking care of his boy. Looks like Chandler Williamsfield, and that looked like Jai Jones doing his thing. Super special player over there. Chandler really got that thing cooking the right way right now, and one of the more impressive teams out there. And I've said that numerous times. There's a lot of impressive teams. Shout out to my guy Adam Beetle. Beetlejuice segment took place yesterday on Dropping Dimes, where he did a mid-season-ish report card on all of last year's open teams. So the 4 5A squads, one of them has moved up. And then also the 4 6A squads, which are also 6A. So super, super fantastic job by him. So make sure you guys check that out. Also on last night's show, we had Brady Goodman from Mountain View, and we had my guy Case Vandenbosch, 2 super talented flamethrowers. One from Mountain View, one from Brophy, current commits, Air Force and Utah State, respectively. So a lot of fun chopping it up with them. One thing that I do want to shout out, because I promised myself that I would do this, and I promised the community that I would do this. I am waiting on a graphic from my guy Genesis Smith, who is also up for the Sam Award. So I want to make sure that I do this real fast before I move too far along. I got to show some love to my guy, Coben Bourget, for all his efforts, to the community. Werfel Trophy watch list. I do not know when that thing kind of like whittles itself down, but it will at some point. So when that time comes, we're going to let you know how you can vote, because Gridiron did a little bit of the research, a little bit of the legwork, and found out that there is like a popular vote by the fans or whatever. So we want to make sure that one of our guys gets it. Coben Bourget, who I've known about for a while, and possibly Genesis Smith. Either one. I listen, right now I take either one. I'm not trying to play favorites, although, it'd be nice if a Sun Devil won it, but I'm just saying. So shout out to both of the kids for doing so much for the football community out here. I've told you guys before, my guy Coben, he really does give back a lot of his time in the off season. Hardworking student, hardworking athlete, student athlete, and I just want to show some love. So also, I don't know what's going on with my Yankees. Things are looking very, very great. This pro Yankees show is really, really struggling. I thought that we'd get a couple more rounds, but doesn't look like it. So there's that. Other than that, Suns are buns, and we all know that. And I think they're going to win about 30 games, 30-ish. Look, maybe 35. I've had some people reach out to me telling me that I was crazy because I kind of put the number out last week. I just don't know if this team has definition and identity, definition at a few positions and identity overall. Like, I don't know if they really know what they're doing. I hope the best for Ishbia, and I really hope that he can assemble a team that can put together a quality product on the court. Because I'd love to see the Suns winning, competitive. I'd love to see Booker in another finals. I'm just not sure if that window has completely closed. So, without further ado, I do want to bring on one of my co-hosts, one of my esteemed co-hosts, super legendary guy, the handsomest man in Phoenix media, if you will, sports media, high school sports media, according to the one and only and currently living in Wisconsin, Eric Newman. I'm going to bring on my guy Gridiron Arizona as we do the Inside the Number segment. We're going to jump right into that thing. Your boy Chili, just hang out with us for 2 seconds and enjoy these highlights.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and purpose, scared to kick reality.
Just in case my boy Gridiron didn't know that that song coming from a popular trend on social media, the Get the Gat song. If I remember correctly, I believe it was LSU actually took it to the White House and did the whole thing. So it was
okay. So this was back in the Joe Burrow college days. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was LSU that did that because they had so much swag and flavor and all that, and they went absolutely crazy.
Arguably one of the greatest, or arguably the greatest college football team of all time. You can do that one.
Real quick, who else would you put in that conversation?
For that offense, it's in the argument.
What they have? Jamar Chase. Who else do they have? I'm trying to think of besides Burrow, they had Jamar Chase.
Right.
They were loaded. They were loaded.
With Justin,
they had another
team too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Jay Jettas. So
I have a feeling you did not see the Yankee update from the last inning.
No.
Aaron Judge had his playoff moment, hit a 3-run.
Oh, what?
It is all tied right now in the fifth inning, 6-6 right now. In a game the Yankees were down 6-1.
Oh my gosh, I was so angry. Yeah. I was seriously dreading. Having to deal with all this, but okay. I know you'll keep us abreast of anything that transpires. Preferably good. Please warn us if it's about to be bad. But big week of high school football, and I got my Gridiron. We are going to break down some games. I'm super excited about these matchups. One of which my boy Gridiron doesn't typically touch, but
we've been playing 4A this season.
But my boy feeling charitable, and so he's decided to kind of dip his toe in the pool and show some love to some of these 4A schools, which I love. Listen, I'm always showing love to the 4A schools. It's like big time Beetle, big school Brett. Y'all don't ever want to dip your toe into the 4A pool.
Yeah, well, we did one last week.
I know, but
6A we were severely limited this week. I think there's only 5 6A games this week because almost everybody's live.
But 2 huge matchups,
mm-hmm.
epic proportion type matchups, could change the way that everybody evaluates what's going to go on.
The Yankees have the lead. Jazz Chisholm's solo home run. It is now 7-6 in the. I believe we're in the 5th. We're in the 5th inning right now. Yeah.
All right. Cool. All right. I can breathe a little bit. I'm breathing a little bit easier right now. All right, Gridiron. Hey, we're gonna get right into this. One of these games that I want to talk about, I'm super excited about because like I said, my boy Gridiron. Like we don't always get into this, but we did last week. But we are going to break down another 4A matchup, a matchup that I'm actually low key, maybe high key, super excited about. This Arcadia game. Arcadia versus Mesquite, who I got to be honest, about 8 weeks ago, I didn't think that we would be talking about Arcadia Mesquite. Arcadia, I figured probably roll another solid regular season like they've done because they got a lot of talent over there. Mesquite was the question for me. Shout out to Coach Hart.
Mesquite went 2-8 last season.
Yeah.
Both schools have new head coaches this year.
They do, but Arcadia's got so much talent over there, and they're usually pretty solid in that regular season for the last few years. So I'm not so surprised that they're where they're at. I am absolutely stunned in the best way possible that Coach Hart has been able to rally his guys and get the buy-in over at Mesquite. And he's got some super talented players. So I guess I shouldn't be so surprised. One of which I'm very familiar with, Tucson Turf quarterback, Talon Curry Smith, super talented kid, does a great job out there managing the game and using his athletic ability. He's got a running back over there that is absolutely carrying the load. And I know you're going to get into those numbers. Parker Kazmarek, my man is an absolute dog. Wide receiver Andrew Joyner doing his thing to keep the defenses honest. And then that defense really doing their part. Up front, they got a defensive lineman, Ricardo Martinez, a little bit undersized, but heart of a lion and making sure that, he takes care of business because those linebackers are absolutely eating. Colton McRoberts, linebacker Sage Santiago, and linebacker Aiden Bates. Those boys are taking care of business. And this is a big part of what I believe is the Mesquite resurgence. On the flip side, Arcadia going to try to go all the way to Gilbert and, do what they do, led by BJ Pascal. Some players to watch over there. This quarterback I absolutely love. Zach Smith, an absolute flamethrower, doing some of the best work out there that I've seen this season. Running back Ryan Jimenez, when I went out and watched the game versus Deer Valley, my man was doing his job, making sure that he got the yards, keep the defenses honest, and make sure that his guy Zach Smith can cook. 2 wide receivers like Connor Camus and wide receiver Ian Slater, kind of wide receiver athlete, because he does some stuff on defense too. Defensive lineman over there that impressed me while it's out there with Beetle and the crew, Julian Olshan. Gets good pass rush, does this thing stopping the run, and then linebacker Braden Knobb. And they have an athlete over there, Jax Ashley, that can do a lot of things on offense, a lot of things on defense, mix it up on special teams, and really reminds me of a former wide receiver in the East Valley. I just can't put my finger on it, but was a baller over there at Seton Catholic. So I'm just trying to put it all together. I can't remember which one, but anyways, this is going to be a huge matchup. I can't wait to see the results of this. Gridiron, I'm going to let you jump inside the numbers. Coach Hart, Coach Pascal, I know that they're going to have absolute fireworks going on in Gilbert.
Yeah, we talked about you. Well, you mentioned Arcadia stacking a bunch of wins, and this is the 3rd year in a row they've started 6-0. So we got a 4A matchup here. The Arcadia Titans 6-0 at the Mesquite Wildcats 4-2. Friday night, 7 p.m. in Gilbert. This is on McQueen Road, just south of Elliott. Last week, Arcadia defeated Combs 37-0. Mesquite defeated Eastmark 39-34. Last meeting between these teams was last year. Arcadia won 42-10. But as we mentioned, this is a much different Mesquite team than that 2-8 squad from a year ago. For Arcadia head coach BJ Pasquale in his first year there. Quarterback Zach Smith is a senior, 1,207 passing yards, 12 touchdowns, just 3 interceptions. Running back Ryan Jimenez is a senior, 605 yards, 8 TDs. A couple wide receivers, Ian Slater, a senior, 25 catches, 386 yards, 3 TDs. And then Connor Camus, who's a junior, 19 receptions, 287 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Over on defense, you have defensive end Grayson Stoff, who's a sophomore, 22 tackles, 3.5 sacks. Safety Jackson Crone is a senior, 22 tackles, 3 interceptions this season. And linebacker Braden Knobb is a junior, 42 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, and a fumble recovery. For Mesquite, head coach Jesse Hart in his first year with the Wildcats. You mentioned the quarterback Talon Curry Smith. Senior, you kind of mentioned him as a game manager, that they are running the ball more than they're passing. He's only getting about 17 pass attempts a game because they're running the ball so well. But he's also one of the guys that runs the ball well for him. Curry Smith has 617 pass yards, 4 touchdowns, but he also has 288 rushing yards and 6 TDs. And then, of course, there's Parker Kaczmarek, one of the best players in all of 4A this season. Senior, 954 rushing yards, 19 TDs. So he'll go over the 1,000-yard mark this week. Wide receiver Andrew Joyner is a senior, 26 catches, 296 yards, and 2 touchdowns. On defense, defensive lineman Ricardo Martinez, a senior, has 3 sacks. And linebacker Colton McRoberts, as a junior, has 29 tackles.
All right. Hey, this is a huge matchup here. And it's such a big matchup that I'm going to let my guy Gridiron Arizona pick first.
Okay. I look at Arcadia here. Let me pull them back up here. Arcadia in the last 4 weeks has only given up 3 total points. They got 3 shutouts and Deer Valley mustered a field goal off of them. Of course, they just beat Combs, who had not been scored upon this season, put 37 on the board with that one. So while Mesquite has vastly improved over last year, I'm going to go with the Titans in this one. I'm going to go 28-19.
28-19. Okay. All right. Listen. I love Arcadia and what Arcadia does. I think what they did versus Combs, very, very impressive.
Yeah.
Very, very impressive. A team that got 5 straight shutouts, and to shut them out and beat them in that fashion, I am very, very impressed. I love what Zach Smith does out there.
Surprising that Arcadia won, but in the fashion that they won in. And Mesquite's win over Eastmark was impressive also. Eastmark, a team that most people had, ranked pretty high in the 4A.
Yeah, hey, and Arcadia, they've been killing regular seasons for the past few years, like I brought up.
They have won 3 playoffs over the last 2 years, so it's not all just regular season and bust.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They did make it to a semifinal in 23, and then last year they beat Mesquite in the first round. Yeah,
but right now we are sitting in the regular season, and so all I can kind of comment on is their regular season work, the body of work that they've done. And that's a tribute to Pascal to be able to continue that.
Yeah,
his situation very, very different than Coach Hart. Listen, Gridiron, they go on to Gilbert.
Yep.
We're going Valentine's Day up in this thing. I am picking Mesquite to win this. Shout out to Coach Hart and the job that he's done. They are going to control the clock. That's certainly. And they are going to make sure that Arcadia has to work. Now, Zach Smith might be one of the more athletic quarterbacks in the state, but they're going to make him work. And Talon Curry Smith is going to do some Talon Curry Smith things. It's going to be spicy in there. I'm telling you.
It's going to be like
10-8. Give me Mesquite. Give me Mesquite. There's no heartbreakers in this game. Give me Mesquite to win this one. And I'm going to take them 17. I'm going to take them 20-14.
Okay. It would be fitting with the way the 4A has gone this year if Mesquite were to win this game, because when I'm putting my rankings together for the media poll every week, I've now been reduced to just having Snowflake and Arcadia 1 and 2. And then I had to make a list of 18 other schools in 4A and mark down their quality wins and what their losses were and try to come up with somebody's overrated at number 3 and somebody's underrated by not being in the top 10. It's that close between 3 and 18, and Mesquite is certainly in that mix of teams.
Hey, give me Mesquite for the upset of the week. I think that a lot of people, I think that most of the media is afraid to pick Mesquite to win this game. Afraid. Scared. Spooky season. Halloween mask.
Halloween month.
The deal. Pazuzu Labubu. They are scared to pick Mesquite to win this game. I am taking Mesquite. I believe I am drinking the Coach Hart Kool-Aid. And I guess it's the purple variety, the blue purple variety, whatever.
Blues. They're not purple. They're kind of a navy blue. Yeah.
So somebody told me that they're
it's the identical logo as Kansas State, which is purple, but that blue.
See, there you go. All right, already starting the controversy over here. Hey, I got Mesquite. I got Mesquite, and you know how this worked out last week when me and Gridiron picked up 4A schools. We're gonna get to that in a minute. We're gonna get to that in a minute. But first up, we got to do this because I am so excited because we are back on our winning streak. We are back on our winning streak, which is always this is always the best part. And we're gonna try to keep this thing rolling. And this was very, very difficult. We did not have easy options here. We did not have. We were
limited this week with all the teams on the bye.
I don't want to say limited. I hate to say limited, but yes,
there were at least 20 teams we couldn't take because they were on the bye in 6A.
Hey, we were Liberty fans last week, and it looks like, you know what, we're probably gonna have to stay over there and be.
They're gonna have a little bit tougher of a game this week than they did last week.
I apologize to my guys over there, Owen Reynoso, Ben Lowther, Devin Taylor, Coach Carter. I appreciate all you guys and the love that y'all shown over the years. Big and little Coach Taylor. I am so stunned. I am so stunned that we are doing this. We did not have good options here. So our Inside the Numbers spotlight streak and segment is featuring and riding on Hudson Dunn, the Liberty Lions linebacker committed to Minnesota. Gridiron, I'm going to let you go inside the numbers on this absolute stud.
Yep. Before I do that, while we were talking about the last game, the Yankees have made it 8-6. So they now have a 2-run lead in the sixth inning. Hudson Dunn from Liberty, 6'1", 215 linebacker, Minnesota commit, as you can see there. Had 17 total offers, went on an official visit to Minnesota a few weeks after committing to the Gophers last May. He's a 3-year starter for the Lions, which means he's a 2-time open division winner for the Liberty Lions. Has career 33 sacks in 34 games. He this season has 4.5 sacks, 27 tackles, and 11.5 tackles for loss. So almost half of his tackles are in the team's backfield. It's the year in a row that Liberty has had a player, assuming he signs, Liberty has had a player sign with Minnesota. Last year they had offensive lineman Nick Spence. He canceled visits to Oregon and Michigan after committing to the Gophers. Has a 3.5 GPA. He's a 2-time Max Preps All-American. And Liberty 5-1 defeated Mountain Ridge last week, 71-0. Was their second shutout this year and their 8th shutout since 2023, which would include the career of Hudson Dunn on varsity. This week, Liberty is against Centennial, who's 4-2. It's a home game for the Lions in Peoria, Friday night at 7 p.m. Beetle will be there.
Ooh!
Yes.
Shit.
You can ask him about that when he comes on.
Gas up the Civic. Hey, that thing's gonna be crazy over there. It's gonna be thick. Hey, shout out to Coach Alcantar real quick. He did coach at Liberty last year. He knows all about Hudson Dunn. Just commented, dude is a beast and a great kid. I knew that he was a beast, and I know that he's a great kid. Absolutely fantastic athlete. Real quick, I do want to show our guys some love. Coach Alcantar, literally this past week, and I know he didn't get the result that he wanted.
Yeah,
but Desert
they
Canyon View
put
Desert Edge,
ringer, didn't they?
hey, to the edge,
Mm-hmm.
literally. He took Desert Edge to the wire. Had them on upset alert. Had everybody tuned into eVision tweets. So, you know, I just want to show love to my guy, Coach Alcantar, Mamiho. Really took care of business out there on Friday. And right now, currently with what he's doing over there at Canyon View, I'm not surprised.
Team to look out for in the 5A. Yeah.
I'm not surprised that he's doing this at Canyon View. I'm just being honest. I'm a little bit surprised at the level of success that they're able to experience this early in the process. I'm not surprised that he's able to do this.
Another first-year coach.
But he is absolutely spectacular, a one of one. He coached over at Liberty the past few years, coached over at Cesar Chavez. And I told this story yesterday on the Dropping Dime show with Cam Cox. While he was at Cesar Chavez, his last real year there, because I don't really count the pandemic year or whatever, I was one of the only media folks, and he'll tell you the story himself if you ask him, to project that they would go 8 wins in the regular season. And I don't think he was surprised about that, but I think that he was surprised that somebody picked them to do that because they had like Perry on their schedule and some other tough teams. But he is that type of coach. He knows how to build culture and community. So I just want to show him some love. We got a lot of great ones out there. Me and Beetle were out there last week at Maryvale watching what they got growing. And I'm going to tell you right now, for all y'all that played Maryville early, got your licks in, better appreciate that and ride on that because they definitely come and shout out to Deion Sanders. They definitely come and they come in different. It's going to be crazy. So I just
and some guys that'll be back next year, obviously with those some of those transfers, seniors. So yeah.
Hey, Gridiron, you know what's coming next.
And back in the day, going back to Cesar Chavez, before that 2020 season that we ended up losing, and then obviously a lot of players left. You were of the campaign throughout the preseason there that it was going to be a trophy year for Chavez, either a 6A title or an open title, and unfortunately, we never got to find out because a lot of players left when the PXU shut down for that season, and then they only got to play 3 games with what they had. So, and they almost beat Philly in one of those games.
Coach Alcantar was harvesting, breeding, and producing high-level talent. At least like 3 or 4 of those kids, I would say easily were power 4, power 5 kids.
Guys in Chandler, they got spread out throughout the state.
He had like 15 guys that were probably college-level kids over there, and I don't think that he gets enough credit for the job that he did over at Chavez. He never will, but I'm going to make sure that everybody never forgets. That team was going to bring a trophy to Chavez. Coach Alcantar did a great job over there. And I know Coach Hovig's going to rebuild it. and they're going to be okay. I know they're struggling right now. Get your licks in now because they're going to be coming different a little bit later. But, hey, Gridiron, favorite part of the show. This is now my new favorite part of the show.
Yeah,
this is my new favorite part of the show. Manual scoreboard coming up.
Much like the Yankees, you're going on a little rally here. You back-to-back 2-0 weeks. You cut into it. Here we go. You are now down 3. That is 10-7 in the scores. Last week, the big upset, Northwest Christian defeating Thunderbird, who was undefeated. And Northwest Christian did that in a big way. I want to say it was like 63-34. Lackey Wallwork, a big game with touchdown. And he had 7 touchdown passes. And then they had a running back go for a bunch of touchdowns. It was a big game. And one of those things that I was talking about that really jumbled up the 4A rankings.
Got some savages over there that produced for their boy. And we're gonna hope that Mesquite got some too. Well, I'm gonna hope that Mesquite got some. I know you're officially rooting for Arcadia, and we're all Liberty fans on the show today.
Right.
Today.
Once again,
well, except for Beetle, he can't really put his Liberty fandom out there.
Right.
So yeah, okay. So there's that. We got one more game to break down. This one is a doozy. I might go out there, so I'm not sure if I'm gonna do my pick live on the show.
Okay. But haven't decided.
No, I really haven't. I really haven't decided. This is a huge matchup, an absolute huge matchup that I think is going to decide a whole bunch of things. We got Chandler taking the trip kind of down the street-ish to Perry. They're going to hit Val Vista. They're going to go to Perry, maybe stop off at the McDonald's and go get a Big Mac. You never know. Shout out to Coach Wisdom.
And the way home for that.
Hey, they don't stop eating over there. I'm telling you. Hey, shout out to Coach Wisdom and the job that he's doing.
You want them to show up hungry when they get to Perry.
Hey, these boys stay hungry. Don't get it twisted. Coach Wisdom's done an amazing job over there at Chandler. This is another situation that I'm pleasantly surprised. I just wasn't sure how this was going to work out. They lost some kids to transfer early in the season. They really didn't give Wisdom a chance, and some of those guys are regretting those decisions now. Some players to watch in this game, led by, but not limited to, the superstar two-way athlete, Jai Jones. Golden ticket Jai leads Chandler. And then their quarterback, who might be playing some of the best ball at the position, 2027 flamethrower, Will Menzel, an absolute problem. Pair of wide receivers over there that are absolute dogs that I love to death. Skylar Ormita, Maxwell Sprott. These guys can absolutely go. And Maxwell Sprott might be one of the fastest guys on the field anytime he steps on it. They got a defensive lineman over there. I'm not sure how you pronounce the first name. Kare Smith. This kid is an absolute problem on that defensive line. The things that he does, creating opportunities for guys like Jay Arnold and a pair of defensive backs over there. One, Austin Reese, who's been spectacular this season, and Hamisi Juma, the U of A commit, been an absolute savage. X factor for Chandler, this offensive line, Cyrus Stewart, Noah Swope, all these guys over there, Blake Spear, they got some dogs over there that can absolutely pancake defensive linemen, linebackers, anybody trying to get to Will Menzel. I really haven't seen Will Menzel get his jersey dirty from sacks or hurries or anything like that much this season. So, and I've seen them twice. On the flip side, we got Perry, who's really getting things going right now. Coach Ortiz has his guys well oiled and ready to go. This machine is absolutely running. Cale Snyder, golden ticket Cale, leading the way, running this offense. A pair of wide receivers over there that are some savages themselves. Max Wendell Schaefer, Amos Augustine. I saw peel off for a huge kickoff return touchdown against Granite Hills. Max Wendell Schaefer did some work too in that game. They got a two-way athlete of their own, because they're not going to be outdone, outshined, whatever. They got their guy Talon Frazier over there, some linebacker, running back work. Defensive lineman over there, Sean Camping, trying to make life easy for Ricky Stewart, who's all over the place when he's playing, and Justin Stella. Defensive back, Devin Sarpy, absolutely patrolling in that secondary and trying to make sure that, receivers don't get to do too much talking. X factor for them, Vaughn Peterson, because I think that he's got to be the one to get loose and open some things up for Wendell Schaefer, Augustine, and Frazier, because I think Frazier is going to kind of have to focus one way in this game because Chandler is so tough offensively. But this game is going to be a doozy. I might make my way out there to find out if Jai Jones or Will Menzel steals that crown to become homecoming king at Perry.
Is it Perry's homecoming?
It is Perry's homecoming. You talk about marbles. Coach Ortiz said, I don't care if it's Chandler, I don't care if it's Hamilton or Basha. We want our homecoming to be somebody from the CUSD, and they can be our date. Chandler, welcome to the show.
I guess you're right. The only other home game they have left is Basha. They could have done it last week against Corona del Sol. That might have made for a happy homecoming, but there you go. You got 6A Chandler, 4-1, the Wolves at the Perry Pumas, who are 3-2. This is Friday night, 7 p.m. Part of the Chandler School District, but the school is in Gilbert at Val Vista and Queen Creek. Both teams had their bye last week. We talked about all the 6A teams on the bye. These guys have already had it, so they've had 2 weeks to get ready for one another. Last game, Chandler defeated O'Connor 49-10. Perry defeated Corona del Sol in the game that was not homecoming, 44-13. Last year, Perry defeated Chandler not once but twice, 24-17 in the season and 27-24 in the playoffs. They were the school's first victories over the Wolves. Chandler head coach Ty Wisdom in his first year there, of course. The Wolves have 3 straight wins. Their lone loss is to Cathedral Catholic out of California. Will Menzel, the quarterback, junior, is leading the state in passing, 1,822 yards, 16 touchdowns, no interceptions. He's also run for 270 yards and 5 TDs. Which leads the team in rushing. 3 wide receivers to look at. You got Skylar Ormida, a senior, 32 catches, 459 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jai Jones, who's a junior, 27 catches, 369 yards, 3 touchdowns. I'm not sure how much they're using him on defense. I see he's only got 5 tackles on the season, but they're certainly using him on the offense. Maxwell Sprott is a junior, has 25 catches, 458 yards, and 5 TDs. And then linebacker Jaden Arnold is a junior, 26 tackles, 4 sacks, and 2 interceptions. For Perry, you got head coach Joseph Ortiz in his 4th year with the Pumas. Perry has won 2 straight games, outscoring their opponents 79-23. Quarterback Cale Snyder, the junior, 1,058 yards, 11 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Running back Talon Frazier is a junior, 241 yards, 5 touchdowns, one of those receiving. Wide receiver Amos Augustine, just a sophomore, 17 catches, 378 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then also, of course, on special teams. Wide receiver Max Wendell Schaefer is a senior, 19 catches, 300 yards, 2 TDs. And then on defense, you have defensive ends Ricky Stewart, a senior, 39 tackles, and Sean Camping, also a senior, 20 tackles and 2 sacks.
Man, hey, this game is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I think I am going to go to this game, but I will tell you right now, if if
Give me a good one.
if I was choosing Perry to win, it would be because Coach Ortiz has this team rolling, and I do believe that now that they're going in the right direction, and has this thing figured out, he has some tricks up his sleeve to make sure that they don't stutter versus Chandler. Plus, they're at home, friendly confines, and it is their homecoming game. Coach Ortiz did chime in over here.
Are they on fall break? Do you know?
I think it's like the end of their fall break or something like that.
Okay.
Coach Ortiz, hold on. Coach Ortiz jumped in here.
Stugo decides.
Hold on. Coach Ortiz has jumped in here to let us know that this was not by choice.
I believe him.
Not by choice. I don't know if I believe him, because sometimes Coach Ortiz has that savage mentality where he's like, you know what?
Level a lot of times it's kind of a student council thing, and they don't always involve the football team and stuff.
Give me Chandler for homecoming, and then give me Basha for senior night. It's all good. Like, our boys can handle
probably
it.
Gonna be senior night, just because although last week Brophy decided not to do senior night at the end of the season, because their last game of the season is against Williams Field, and that very well could decide the region championship, and they didn't want to have the distraction for it, so they got senior night out of the way last week. They had 27 seniors, and they honored them last week before their game against Shadow Ridge.
Yeah, but Brophy had like a loaded schedule, so I'm not mad at them for trying to.
No, I'm just talking about the senior night part, because almost everybody is senior night the last home game of the year.
All right,
which case is against Basha.
Hey, Coach Ortiz.
Basha was going to put a running clock on him before the season. You might want to follow up with him on that one and see if he still feels that way.
Coach Ortiz didn't want me hyping this up any more than it's already hyped up. But if I was going to pick Chandler, it's because I've gone to two Chandler games, and Will Menzel has dumped 1,000 yards passing, 11 touchdowns.
Oh, he did that he did that in the other games that you weren't at too.
in two flawless performances. I've seen
Will
Menzel
now he'd be on the short list of guys for Player of the Year.
For sure. Yeah. And that offense, like, you know what, like, Jai Jones is so explosive, and he does play on defense. He's a cover corner. He's a cover corner.
Maybe just teams are avoiding him. Yeah, I don't know. But
well, I mean, I would avoid him too, because he's gonna bring one of them he'll catch touchdown passes from both quarterbacks in one game. So golden ticket Jai versus golden ticket Kale. I'm super excited for that matchup. If I was picking Chandler, give me Jai Jones for homecoming king at Perry. And if I was picking Perry, I would give me Kale Snyder, the junior homecoming king, over there at Perry. But Gridiron, I'm gonna let you pick live. I am not picking this game live.
Before I give my pick, are you expecting a super high scoring game with these offenses? Are you looking at maybe like both teams being in the 30s kind of thing?
One of these teams is getting to 40, so I kind of think that it's the first team to 42 wins.
Okay, so you're seeing like a 41-38 kind of game. The Perry defense has been up to the task the last 2 weeks, but I love the depth that Chandler has at wide receiver. You see a lot of teams that have a quarterback like what Will Menzel's doing, and they have one receiver that's their main guy. And for Chandler, it's been split out amongst all three of those guys pretty equally. I think it's going to be a close one. I don't think it's going to be as high scoring as you were suggesting there. I'm going to go Chandler 24-20. Sorry, Coach Ortiz, but you get the chance.
Whoa! Dang, you did Coach Ortiz like that? He's hanging out on the show, and you absolutely played him. Okay, okay. He agreed with you, buttered you up all nice.
East Valley.
Oh man, dang! Gridiron did you dirty. Okay. It's all good though. It's all good because Coach Ortiz got love. Listen, this is 24-20. Like that's not a terrible score. I'm going to ask Beetle in a little bit what his thoughts are on this particular game because.
By the way, you have Perry going 8-2 in the preseason.
That's right, I do. And how many losses do they have right now?
They're 3-2.
Okay, so they can lose one more and I can still be right. So
right.
It's all good. It's all good. Or they could win this one and I could still be right. So
that's right.
There's that. So all right, Gridiron, I will let you know after the show what my thoughts are on this game. But
Oh, by the way, the Yankees have put another run on the board. It's now 9-6 in the seventh inning.
man, we in this thing.
So we're looking at another game tomorrow. Game 4 tomorrow.
I can't wait. You know, hey, make sure that y'all ready. The Yankees coming back. Yankees taking care of business. World Series champs this year. I hope. I really, really hope. Hey, Gridiron, we're all Yankees fans, right? The inside the number segment, we're all Yankees fans. Hey, that's the most important time. All right, Gridiron. Hey, do you know what game you're going out to this week?
Yeah, I am going out to the west side this week. I'm going to go see Verrado and the 44-shoot offense with Malachi Wilt that's putting up all kinds of numbers against the defending champs. Desert Edge out there in Goodyear, getting the start of 5A Desert West region play. I guess it started last week. Game 2 of region play. Desert Edge, has been walking on the high wire a few times this season, and we'll see if Verrado can push him there also.
Man, Verrado can't do that. Verrado could do that to them, but
I watched Verrado beat him last year. That was a different team. It was, Jeremy Halfcock was the head coach there last year, and they had the running back that went for 150 plus yards.
Crazy.
And now equal statement here. Desert Edge got them in the semifinals on their way to the championship game. So, but I was at the regular season one, which was at Verrado. So I'll be out there at DE at the Edge.
Man, hey, listen, I'm not. It's not that I'm hoping that one team wins or the other team wins, but low key, I am hoping for an undefeated Tolleson versus an undefeated Desert Edge, and because that comes down the line, right?
What's that?
That becomes a must-see game, I think, for Rico Blasing game, like what he's done this season. Him
that game would be next week. So we would need Desert Edge to get through Verrado, and Tolleson has a tough one too. They host Millennium on Thursday night,
which I will be at to watch Damari Bryant.
That is
to watch Damari Bryant and Rico.
12+ stream game on Epic as well. That's Thursday night, Millennium Tolleson. And if they both win, they're going to be looking at 7-0. And there you go, Millennium. Got a little Millennium football in there.
Hey, listen, it's not that I'm cheering for Tolleson or Millennium, but Millennium also already has a loss on their schedule. So, I just gotta. I'm just trying to create. Yeah, I'm just trying to create as many undefeated.
They only have one loss on the schedule, and that one loss is by 1 point to Cactus. So.
I know they've been doing their thing. Damari Bryant is absolutely special.
And we talked about guys on the short list for Player of the Year. Damari Bryant is certainly up there in the running back category as well.
And he's only played in 1/4 quarter this year, I think.
Well, last week he certainly played in the 4th quarter because Verrado gave him a game all the way to the game.
So maybe it's 2 now, but before last week, I think.
Yeah, the other ones were at least 3 touchdown wins, if not more. Yeah,
because
Millennium's offense has been going crazy. They've scored over 60 3 times and over 50 another time, and they had over 40 last week. So Cactus the only team to hold them under 30.
Coach Early's an absolute savage now, and in his bag.
And looked at Millennium. I certainly did not expect 5-1 at this point of the season. I thought they were a team that could get back to the playoffs this year, but they're looking for more than that. They're looking for one of those top 8 seeds to get that bye week in the first round of the playoffs. And the rankings for the 4A through 6A. Will come out for the first time next Tuesday.
As they should. All right.
2A and 3A came out today.
All right. Gridiron, I appreciate you. Men lie, women lie. Numbers don't. Gridiron, the official author of the manual scoreboards and the manual standings on live on the show and the manual Flight Club brackets. So anything manual, Gridiron, Gridiron's the author of. So we could literally we're going to make a manual book. We're going to make a manual Arizona high school football manual authored by Gridiron. So, hey, Gridiron, I appreciate you hanging out. I'm going to catch up with you next week, and everybody tune in Stay tuned for his manual scoreboard Friday nights because that's how we all get our scores. That's literally how we all get our scores. I don't check Max Preps. I wait for Gridiron to upload them,
There you
and
go.
that's what they
I
are.
had
So
early last week because I had the running clock out of Brophy. I had that thing up before 11 last week.
oh, my guy, Gridiron, you are absolutely special and, a man of the community. Oh, and real quick, I got to post this so that you can see it. Eric Newman has chimed in. Chili, I know you care about fashion, but Chris's shirt blows you out of the water today. Hey, it absolutely does. My guy, Gridiron, always putting together the heat and dressing for success. So
you got to get the turtles on here. There we go.
Hey.
Wrong arm. There we go.
Oh, flexing. Heavy flexing.
No. I was trying to show the sleeve. I forgot.
You were flexing the guns. It was the gun show. Hey, I'm gonna get a ruling from Beetlejuice, and since I said it again for like the 4th time this show, he's coming up next. Gridiron, I'll catch you later.
All right.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and perking, scared to kick reality. Yo.
You know the deal. I know you remember the trend. I don't know if
I
remember.
remember. I remember the there was the Joe Burrow video after they won the national championship of him sitting in the locker room smoking that cigar. That was just tough. And then there was the video of them in the White House with all the
that's what I was telling Gridiron. That's what I was trying to tell Gridiron. He didn't believe me.
Oh no, it was so funny. It was great.
No, that team had so much swag and aura, like before aura was like a thing, right? Like
that entire offense either got drafted or picked up as an undrafted free agent in that year's draft. Like that just says I know there are a lot of good college football teams, and especially back in the day, way before I was born. But at least of my time, like I just think of the last decade or so, that's got to be the best football team, college football team in the last decade.
Oh, for sure. And to think like Nebraska and Ohio State didn't want Joe Burrow is absolutely insane.
Well, so here's the deal. So all my family is from Nebraska. So when that and they're diehard Cornhusker fans. So when we watched that, like we were watching the pregame and he said that, I think my mom and my aunt lost their mind. I think they were like, "What? Are you kidding me? Like they didn't want Joe Burrow? Like, are we serious?" Because I'm pretty sure like Tanner Lee or Adrian Martinez was like the quarterback at the time. And if anybody knows anything about Tanner Lee, let's just say that's probably football. The worst. Well, one, you love football, and two, probably the worst quarterback in Nebraska football history. Tanner Lee. He was awful. He was awful. He was terrible.
Hey, you're not going to get an argument from me. And I think it was so hard for Nebraska fans to really process that because I think at the time wasn't Scott Frost their coach?
Yes.
And like he's like Nebraska royalty.
Yeah.
So hard for them.
Well, he's one of the best quarterbacks in Nebraska history. Yeah, and then he comes out, and then he comes out when he gets the UCF job, and he was basically just like, sometimes you just gotta take it when it's there. When really he was just taking the money and dipping. But
facts. All right, hey, but before we get into your topic, since I said that I was going to get you to chime in on this, since you are a product of the CUSD. This game right here, I want to bring this up right now. Chandler Perry is going down. You're not going to be at the game. You're going to be at another game, another very, very big game. This game right here. What are your thoughts? When you see this matchup, this is from the Inside the Numbers segment with Gridiron. I let my guy Adam chime in. Give us a little bit of your thoughts.
I think the immediate sort of beginning thought is these are two teams that are coming off a bye week, right? So that's two teams that have had the chance to kind of reset, maybe prepare a little bit extra, maybe watch some more film than typically you would. And I think it's kind of cool that we got a bye week heading into a big game like this, a game in which Perry got the best of Chandler not once but twice last season, and they are riding that they are winning that series right now in the moment in the last 2 years. And so they're trying to come in and get a third win. I think you look at this Perry team, I think they're coming off their best performance of the season. I think Cale Snyder, I said this on C-Town, I said this on multiple different shows and stuff like that. I think Cale Snyder, after his last game, is coming off the best performance of his high school career. Meanwhile, Chandler's coming off another dominant win against a Saturday O'Connor team in which, Will Menzel has just kind of done Will Menzel things. So I think this game is going to be really, really fun because one, when you have two CUSD teams playing against each other, it always makes for a very exciting game, no matter who wins or loses.
For sure.
And I think this is going to be a good test for this Perry defense. I don't think they have yet to face a quarterback like Will Menzel yet this season, at least to the capabilities that Will Menzel has in his all-around game. So it's going to be fun to watch how Perry's front seven plays up against them. I think Ricky Stewart is really going to need to have a huge game for Perry this week, and Chandler as well. I think the key for the Wolves is just continue to really do what they've done all season long. If they want to win this game. For Perry, I think defensively, you really have to turn it up this week against this Chandler team.
All right, final score. Give me a prediction. Put you on the spot. I got
I'm gonna go 45. That's kind of an odd number. 49. Let's just do 49.
Whoa!
49 for Chandler. 49-24 Chandler.
Oh my goodness. Dang. Okay. I hope Coach Ortiz isn't listening, because now you got Chandler giving him the work and Basha giving him the work, but it's okay. It's okay. We're all friends after it's all said and done. They hate you in the moment.
Coach Ortiz is my guy. Like, I say all these things, but like, Coach Ortiz is my guy. I love Coach Ortiz.
No, for sure.
It's my dog.
Hey, real quick, I want to show my guy Beetle some love. Last night he gave a report card on the 8 open teams from last year. Gave a report card on the Dropping Dime segment with Cam Cox. Real quick, just a quick run through on some of the things that you said.
Yeah.
Since I do have it somewhere in my notes right here. You gave Desert Mountain a B. You gave Higley a C+, Marana a B+, Horizon a B-, Liberty received an A-, Basha an A+, Hamilton an A+, no surprise, and ALA Queen Creek, unfortunately, a D, which could also be considered somewhat incomplete based on the situation of what's going on over there. They're going to get a new offensive coordinator. They got some transfers coming in. It's just weird time how that all, like, usually, and I don't know the situation on anything, but usually teams don't let go of their higher staff right at midseason when they're about to get all these an influx of transfers.
And I'll put it this way, right? I think at the beginning of the year, right, everybody thinks like, oh, you would start with a passing, you would start with a whatever. I think at the beginning of the year, every single team starts with an F. You haven't proved anything. You're 0-0. You haven't won a game. You haven't lost
with
a
an
game,
F.
right? Everybody starts with an F. And from there,
everybody starts with an A, and then you go down.
No.
Oh my goodness!
I think it's the opposite. I think you have yet to prove whether you're a winner or whether you're not going to be as competitive.
I don't know.
Right?
Starting with an F. I don't know.
That's just the way I see it.
I guess that makes.
Because look, ALA Queen Creek starts with an F, but they right. But you say it's an F, but it's a what did you say? Incomplete or what?
Incomplete. Yeah.
Incomplete. Right? So you get a win, and look, now you're moving up because you won. But because you started as low as you did, you really got to move up the chain.
No, for sure. And I know they got Coach, I think it's Coach Jensen and Coach Winkler over there. Is it Coach Jensen? They're taking over the offense?
I'm not sure.
I was assuming, but I never know. So, I mean, I know some things, obviously.
All I know is that Max Hall is no longer at ALA Queen Creek. That's what I know.
Yeah. And real quick, one of the more talented coaches in the state of Arizona, and I got a lot of love for Coach Hall and the things that he's accomplished in helping to build that ALA Queen Creek program, because he's been there for a while, and he's seen what this is technically. This would be his third head coach, because Coach Edwards was there, and then Coach Detmer took over, and Coach Edwards came back. So
right,
we got Coach Hall was the constant. So there's that.
Yeah,
Anyway,
well, if you really think about it, though, like the majority of these, besides the head coaches, the majority of these coaches at ALA Queen Creek have been constant. Most of them have been there since the school opened. Their defensive coordinator's been there since they'd opened. And you know,
true.
the majority of the coaches that have fluctuated in and out are just assistant coaches, JV coaches, freshman coaches, and whatnot. But the majority of these coaches who had a large impact on these kids and this school over the amount of years and helping them move up the conferences have been there for a pretty long time. And Coach Hall came in, I think 3 or 4 years ago, and
I felt like it was more than that because
maybe a little bit more. I'm not entirely sure. I think he started coaching right before I started covering.
I thought he was there for all the Logan Hubler years. So that would be Logan Hubler, Drew Cowart.
You're right. I think you're right.
Like, so that would be like, this would have been like his 7th year or something like that. But whatever the case, you know, I don't know the terms of the dismissal or anything like that. It's not my business. Adam, we got something cool to discuss. This time of year, like there's always teams that catch us off guard, whether good or bad. We're going to talk about the good, unless you want to talk about the bad. But
no,
I'd like to talk about the good. I want to talk about the good. So, 4 teams. We're going to talk about 4 teams that have kind of surprised you. We're going to leave this to mostly 4A, 5A, because we're covering 6A stuff all the time, and they get all the juice anyways. Beetle, first team that stands out when people say, "Hey, who's a surprise team this year?"
I know this is going to be not. I mean, it's a surprise to me, at least, and I think to people around the state. But when you look at it, it really isn't much of a surprise, and that's Arizona College Prep. You know,
Fair.
Coming up from 4A, obviously they made the state championship last season, couldn't get it done, but then you go from 4A to 5A, and I think a lot of people came into the season with the expectation that, oh, you know, ACP, they graduated a couple of guys, they might not last up to the competition that is in the 5A, and they just have proved everybody wrong as the season has gone on and what they've been able to do. I love this ACP team. I love Coach Zellner. I love the players. I love the resiliency they play with. I love the fact that they've got a quarterback in Gunnar Schmidt who can just come in and do all the right things when they don't have Evan Heinrich and still look like this ACP I talked today in the C-Town Rivals. I think this ACP offensive line has done a phenomenal job this season, especially last week up against Mountain Point's front 7 and a team that was a 6A school last year come down. You know they're going to be a little bit more physical. You know they're going to present more of a challenge, and ACP handled it. And ACP handled it with ease. They won 27-16. And so the way that they have been able to dominate this season and the way they've just really all bought in and gelled together, I don't think this ACP team is going to lose another regular season game this year.
Ashton Sanchez is an absolute monster on offense.
Yeah.
I know he missed the Mountain Point game, but he's such a stud, and he does so many things for that team. You're absolutely right. Hit the nail on the head with the Gunnar Schmidt thing. He's a stud. He's doing so well. And what's crazy about that is, and I have said this before, Coach Zellner's son is over in that program as a quarterback and could probably be starting on a lot of 5A, probably 6A schools. This kid is an absolute dynamo in that 29 class. But
we saw him a lot this summer.
Coach Zellner's making his kid earn it, and I love that for both of them. Gunnar Schmidt has played fantastic football, and he is showing there is not going to be nepotism in my program, which I think is special. And
people got to remember too, like this was sort of a last second thing for Coach Zellner. Coach Zellner was going to retire until Coach Vaught hit him up and said, "Hey, come take this job at ACP. You'd be the right guy to lead this program." And when Coach Vaught called Coach Zellner, he took it. So I think people got to remember that this, you know, wasn't sort of like some master plan thing. Coach Zellner has only been leading ACP since maybe right before spring ball. So to see where the team was last season, for them to make a shift up a conference and not even really have a full off season with a head coach is really awesome and speaks to volumes on the character of this team.
For sure, man. Listen, and I always got to give this guy credit for what he built ACP into. I got to show some love to Myron Bluford. He built the foundation of that school, got them into the new spot. And I always, whenever I think, listen, Coach Vaught did an amazing job. Coach Zellner's doing an amazing job, but it was Coach Bluford's blood, sweat, and tears that went into that school to get them to that kind of competitive level and put a lot of these kids that we're starting to see be so successful in over there. So I really want to show him some love. And I know he's somewhere else, ALA Ironwood or something like that. So, I just wanted to show Coach Bluford some love. Okay, team number 2. Second team that comes to mind when you talk about surprises this year.
We are going to go down to Southern Arizona. We're going to stay in 5A, and we're going to talk about Desert View, because this Desert View team is a team I saw this summer. They came to ASU. I'm pretty sure they went to the semifinals at one of the ASU tournaments. I think it was the one they ended up losing to Desert Ridge, and Desert Ridge played St. John Bosco in the championship. The lights went out, and they ended at a tie, and it was this whole thing. Anyways, it's been 3 years since Desert View has had a winning season, and they are off to an incredible start this year, 6-0. Still have to play teams like Canyon del Oro and Cienega, but Jaylee Abraham is probably one of the most untalked about underclassmen in the entire state. 120 yards a game, 19 touchdowns. He's just been a huge part of this team's success this year. And they also have 3 sophomores on defense that have combined for 7 interceptions this season. So this Desert U team has truly been special. I almost actually went down and watched them play Sunnyside last weekend, but I had already made a drive to Tucson, so I go down there. But I wish they weren't all the way down in Southern AZ. I could get a chance to go see this team, because they are doing a lot of great things.
Okay, no, I like what they got going on, and I love that you showed Southern Arizona some love, because I really thought that you were going to say another view, but it's all good. I love what you got. Love what you're doing. I love what you're doing over here, trying to share the sugar a little bit. So, my guy Beetle, team number 3. Who's the third team that comes to mind?
Team number 3 going to Gila Ridge. Don't have a lot to say about this team, but 5-1, and what Jessica Slaughter has done, the only female head coach in the state of Arizona, the way she's commanded this team and really turned them around the last couple of years. It hasn't exactly been their year, but this year they've really proved that they can hang with some of the best in 4A, and I think that has been huge.
Dang, that's impressive. And they are super active on Twitter as of recently. I've seen a lot of the kids tweeting out highlights and things like that. So I love seeing that with some of these programs that are kind of growing and building and figuring out social media. So shout out to Coach Slaughter and the job that she's doing over there. Fourth team, Beetle, who do you got?
So I think with the 4th team, I just want to kind of shout out a couple of other teams that I've seen really stick out this year and make some big plays. Millennium, Canyon View. You guys talked about Coach Alcantar a little bit. We talked about him on Dropping Dimes a week ago, what he's done. Sunny Slopes had some moments as well this year. I think they've looked very impressive. Ayla, Gilbert North, Ty Detmer still proving that he's one of the best head coaches in the state of Arizona. And then obviously going down the 4A, a lot of teams are going to have to compete with Arcadia and Snowflake, and not all of them have so far, but I think one of the teams that people should keep their eyes on as we near the end of the season is Lee Williams. I think they've had some big games this season, some high scoring games. They took down Prescott, they took down Flagstaff, obviously fell short to Lake Havasu, which I think is another team people should keep their eyes on. But it's gonna be fun to watch down the stretch here, some of these 5A and 4A teams.
Man, really taking care of the whole state with these 4 schools, man. I'm super impressed, man. Listen, Adam, which games are you getting out to this week? I know that on Friday, I believe you're going to one of the big games, which is.
Yeah, I will be at Centennial Liberty on Friday. I'm still kind of trying to make up my mind on where I'm gonna be Thursday. I'm deciding.
There's only one place. There's only one place.
So we'll see if Chili can convince me enough by the time Thursday rolls around to convince me to go to a certain game.
I heard Epic Sports is going to allow us to take over the halftime show or the pregame show if we make our way out to Tolleson. So, I just wanted to put that out there. Hopefully they're tuned in, because I heard that they're going to
I got to see. I'm either going to be at I'm either gonna be over at Tolleson with you, or I'm gonna go. I got to check out my guys at Campo Verde and Mountain Point. I haven't been
Oh,
able
that's
to
a
see either of
huge
them
game
yet this
too.
season. So
That's
I really want to show
definitely a
my guys
huge
some
game.
love.
Okay.
But I also
Jake
I've
Jones
never
is an
seen
absolute
Rico
monster.
play, so that's my other thing. I gotta.
Hey, you can't in good conscience not watch Rico Blasingame this year and say that you love Arizona high school football with the job that he has done over there at Tolleson. I am just saying. So I don't care if it's this week or next week or the week after that, but at some point, with the job that Coach Welbrock and Blasingame have done over there together,
Yeah.
you have to make your way out to Tolleson.
No, I agree.
Just want to put that out there. Beetlejuice, I really appreciate you doing your thing. The Beetlejuice segment been live and kicking. It's the second favorite part of the show, at least by the people that like run up on me and say, "Oh my God, I love the Beetlejuice segment." I'm like, "Do you love it more than Inside the Numbers?" Most of them say no, but you are climbing. You are
Hey,
getting the
you know what?
so.
I will give Chris all the credit because he definitely has way better swagger than me when it comes to the shirt game. So I think that's where he sells the segment is the drip.
The gridiron drip is crazy. Hey, Beetle, I will definitely catch you hopefully sometime this week, maybe a freshman game, you never know, because Beetle is going to dip his toe
Next
in the
week.
freshman.
Next week we will be at a freshman game.
I can't wait. Hey, I can't wait. Beetle's picking. It's on Beetle. So don't get mad at me if I don't show up. It's on Beetle. Beetlejuice.
Peace.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and purpose, scared to kick reality. Yo.
Shout out to my guy BJ Media setting the tone, having us vibe the whole night. And real quick, some donut dogs from last week. Got this thing crazy. Listen, it's been a mixed review on doing the donut dog segment. Look, that's the way sports works. There's winners. There's going to be a winner, and there's going to be a loser. Like otherwise, we wouldn't keep score. I want to make sure that I show love to the guy. Coaching defense is hard work. Shout out to Coach Barrett and the squad over there at Hamilton for coming up with the donut against Valley Vista. And Valley Vista, they got the program going in the right direction. Coach DeRocher, one of the special coaches in the Valley, him and my guy, Coach Davis, who I believe is still out there coaching that D-line, the job that they do over there, they put in a lot of hard work, and they're getting the guys. They're starting to get the guys, and they got a talented quarterback over there at Valley Vista. So Hamilton just coming in there and, and getting the donut, like it's not easy doing that type of stuff. So I want to show some love to Hamilton and their staff over there, Coach Dixon, getting the donut. It's a big deal. So shout out to Hamilton for that. Up next, we do got this one. This is the one that actually low-key surprised me. I was a little stunned by this one. I did not know that this was going to go down like this. And if you would have asked me live at any point, I would have said no. But Arcadia gives the donut to Combs. Arcadia doing their thing, 37-0. Shout out to them boys over there, taking care of business. They got a lot of dudes over there on the defensive side of the ball. Knob, Olshin, guys that we talked about on the show already. So I want to show them some love. And yeah, man, great job by those kids. Up next, we got this game. This team been handing out donuts. Coach Guinea, one of the best in the state. Liberty taking care of business versus one of their like Northwest Valley, I guess rivals or whatever. Mountain Ridge. Liberty's an absolute machine. The job that Coach Thomas does up there, and Coach Guinea's one of the best defensive minds in the Arizona high school football game. They're starting to get things rolling for real. Like they've been rolling, but you know what I'm talking about. Like they're really pushing the right way. And after the loss to Corner Canyon, I think they're really finding their groove. So shout out to Liberty and the job that they do. Hudson Dunn, Zeth Thews, all those guys absolutely cooking. Up next, we do got a couple more of these. This one, Also kind of surprised me. This one kind of surprised me. But I really shouldn't be surprised because I know that my coach, my guy, Coach Doe, Coach Doherty, one of the best defensive coaches in the state of Arizona, A-League Gilbert North, they get the donut to Skyline 63-0. But Skyline, man, I love what Skyline's got going on over there. Coach Schermeyer, I think that they're developing. They're making things work, and they're going to figure things out. Not going to see too many of those from them. At least I don't think so. Up next. Oh, we don't got any more. Only 4 because I was only given 4. So shout out to the coaches that did their job. And, look, a lot of these other programs going to make this thing work. So your boy Chili, I'm going to make my way out of here at Just Chili. Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, holler at your guy. Anything that you need. Just Chili TV, YouTube, and TikTok. But I don't do too much stuff on TikTok. I'm not really TikToking, although I do know all the trends. So I'm going to make my way out of here. And I'm so grateful to everybody that tunes in all the time. Chili's 2-piece. Hopefully I can catch Gridiron in these standings. Pull for your boy. And I'm going to go check this Yankees score. Your boy Chili, I am out of here. Forks up forever. Y'all know the deal.
Yo, man, there's a lot of brothers out there flaking and purple. Scared to kick reality. Yo.